Hi, my name's Emma Lara, and I will be presenting a presentation about the non-governmental organization's role in disasters. Now let's begin. Now let's start with defining what a non-governmental organization is. A non-governmental organization, or an NGO, is a non-profit, citizen-based group that functions independently of the government. Dr. Tan Chi Chu, the executive director of the Singapore International Foundation, explained in such a wonderful manner what NGOs are. He explained that they're often advocates and activists, the pressure groups that catalyze change in such vital issues such as environmental pollution, the well-being of children, the disabled and the poor, and humanitarian assistance. Today, whether international or localized, NGOs address every conceivable issue, and they operate in virtually every part of the world. Moving on to their source. Their source can vary, from membership dues, private donations, to the sale of goods and services and grants. Government funding can usually be seen as a huge source of funding for most NGOs. The mission can vary. They can be as specific as the Susan G. Komen organization that primarily focuses on breast cancer, or general, like the American Cancer Society that focuses on all cancer types rather than one. Lastly, there are over 2,000 international NGOs today. Now, for some examples of NGOs, you might have heard some of these. The World Food Program, Red Cross, and UNICEF are pretty popular. But what about Direct Relief International? Direct Relief International is a humanitarian aid organization active in all 50 states and 70 countries, with a mission to improve the health and lives of people affected by poverty or emergencies. In Oxfam, it's an international confederation of 18 NGOs working with partners in over 90 countries. They help those who need it most after natural disasters strike their homes. I have narrowed down the roles of NGOs in disasters into four important points. First, NGOs can push certain disasters that are low profile into the spotlight. By doing so, the certain area can receive more attention, thus more media exposure. With that exposure, more people will know about the disaster and more help will come. Second, the relationship between NGOs and people is completely different than the government and its people. NGOs are able to speak the language of the government and the language of the locals. By speaking with the locals and being able to understand them in a different level, the relationship is completely different. They're not seen as cold or scary as some locals view government officials. Instead, they're seen as friendly and warm people who are able to break through the barriers the locals put up for the government. This is especially seen in developing and underdeveloped countries. Dr. Tan Chi Chu explained it well again. Through the NGOs, local contacts, and grassroots links, they can also help empower groups of people, enabling them to better deal with their own problems by giving them the strength to address those problems in a coherent way without having to put all of their energy into simply maintaining them. Third, NGOs have a better response time than the governments. Local NGOs know the land, the people, and local knowledge. With this expertise, NGOs have an advantage over governments. With this competence, NGOs are able to complete relief projects and disaster reduction that are customized specifically for the locals and are more sustainable. Lastly, NGOs can act as teachers by raising awareness and spreading education about disasters. By spreading more information and educating the public about disasters, more people can learn and understand the warning signs, what to do for certain disasters, and more. Hi, this is me, Emma Lara. This is the face behind the voice. I just want to say I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I can't wait to hear the comments and questions, and I hope everyone has a terrific day.